Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something really, really dumb. Let's talk about Adam Silver. He just came out with a quote saying that he wants to change the basically entirety of basketball. Let's just take a look at this kind of insane take, in my opinion.
As we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball is 2 hours.
Now listen to me. I know why he's saying this. He's talking about potentially shortening games because he thinks that that's going to help bring back ratings to the NBA. The NBA has been on a little bit of a decline, at least this year. It maybe started last year. I'm not really 100% sure. There's a lot of people talking about a lot of reasons that this is happening. I think Adam Silver is somehow blaming games are taking a lot longer than maybe people want to deal with. He's saying 2-hour games much better than 2.5-hour games or whatever the average NBA game goes nowadays. That is sort of his solution. Cut quarters down from 12 minutes to 10 minutes so that we have 40 minutes of basketball. I'm going to be honest, this is a ridiculous idea. Let's talk about what he mentioned, records, okay? No one's ever going to be able to catch up to any old records. These records are not going to be able to be broken if 8 minutes per game are taken out. Okay, people are not going to be scoring as much. Things are going to be, not as fun. There's not going to be all this history that the NBA is chasing. Obviously, some records are unbreakable. The game has changed enough that it just won't happen. Things like, probably Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. If Kobe couldn't do it with his 81 points, I don't think that anybody could do it if like one of the biggest ball hogs and best scorers that we've ever seen couldn't do it. It's just probably never going to happen, but that doesn't really matter because almost every record will be unbreakable once the minutes of the quarters get cut down. You're not going to be able to compare old records to new records. People are not going to have as high as scoring averages. People are not going to have good rebounds. Triple doubles might end up being a thing of the past. It's going to take a lot of excitement and thrill out of the game of basketball. Why would you do that, especially when you're having ratings issues? These are the types of things that can draw people in, chasing history. That's what it's all about. That's what sports are all about. He's probably got it in his mind that baseball improved their ratings. Baseball has improved the game because they figured out a way to speed up the game. That's because baseball is fundamentally slower. They didn't actually change any way that the game is really played outside of maybe like the runner on second in extra innings. But in reality, that's only during the regular season. And that's only in extra inning games. That's not changing the entire course of baseball. Okay. The pitch clock, wonderful, a wonderful thing for baseball. And basketball already has a shot clock. The thing that he's considering is cutting down actual game time. Will that help to keep players a little healthier? Maybe. It's possible. Or maybe it just forces guys at the end of the bench. Those guys might not ever get any playing time. There's a lot of people trying to figure out why ratings are down in the NBA. A lot of it goes to three-point shooting. There's a ton of three-point shots. It gets boring. People aren't playing defense. Teams aren't playing defense. It's not the same. I personally love the evolution of basketball. I do kind of see where people are coming from with the three-point shot is getting out of control, but I don't think that's the real reason that ratings are down. I think the real reason that ratings are down is because it's getting harder and harder to actually catch a game on TV. They're starting to become like MLB. I don't think the NBA has any blackouts or anything like that, but they do have a lot of issues with people being able to watch them through their cable or through local networks. Cable contracts are starting to kind of mess that up. There's a lot more national games now. That is a big time reason. Yes, you can sort of probably blame some 3-point shooting and whatever. I'm also kind of inclined to think that it's mostly on the cable companies, and maybe, just maybe, it's because every fucking time that you're watching a game, you're getting hit with all these gambling ads. You're getting hit with all these ads in the middle of games. They're zooming out of free throws and putting ads on the side and promoting all this bullshit. If you want to cut down the time on games, Adam Silver, you want to make it a 2-hour game instead of 2.5 hours or whatever. You want to make it better for TV. How about instead of cutting the playing time and instead of cutting the fucking game, you cut all these goddamn ads out? Okay? Because we are hit and inundated with a fucking shitload of ads nonstop. It is absolutely insane how many ads are in the middle of an NBA game. How do you not see that as a problem? How do we not see all the gambling promotion to all these people? Maybe part of the reason is that you're only marketing the game to people that are gamblers. Maybe that's not all the possible sports fans or basketball fans out there. Maybe it's that, as opposed to games are too long and the Olympics are 2 hours and college basketball is 2 hours. And maybe this is what we should have done. Maybe this is what we'll do. We'll cut games by a sixth or whatever. I don't know. That's just quick math. I think that's correct. A fifth, actually. I think it's 20%. Probably a sixth. Either way, absolutely ridiculous that Adam Silver wants to cut time off of games. I will never, ever, ever understand how you could do that. You're fundamentally changing the game that everyone loves and grew up on. You're hurting yourselves because of what? You're hurting the league, the integrity of the league, the history of the league. For what reason? Because you decided that that's not good television anymore? How about instead of doing that, you put out a good television product? How about instead you make the game accessible to people? How about instead you stop running ads every 12 seconds? There's TV timeouts every fucking 5 or 6 minutes in an NBA game. That's your problem. That's how you fix your time problem. Anyway, that's my rant about Adam Silver's dumbass solution to fixing the game of basketball. Please don't. Just fucking don't do it. Just please. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more sports rants. I'm going to be posting videos all the time. We're going to get consistent again in the new year. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.